Brazil are out. The 5-time world champions, the team of Vinicius Jr. and Neymar and Ancelotti, gone. Norway sent them home in the round of 16. And after the final whistle, Neymar walked off the pitch, sat in the dressing room, and announced his retirement from international football. After 1,000 days away with an ACL, after tears of gratitude just weeks ago for being able to play again, after a career that redefined what Brazilian football could look like, it ended tonight in New Jersey. Not with a trophy, but still with everything. Before we talk about Brazil, we have to talk about Erling Haaland, because what he did tonight at MetLife Stadium in front of 82,000 people was extraordinary. In a season where he has been criticized, questioned, and overlooked at his club, he arrived at this World Cup and has been unstoppable. Tonight, he scored twice in the final minutes to end the World Cup dream of the most decorated nation in the history of this tournament. After the final whistle, he grabbed a drum from the Norwegian supporters, stood in front of the stands, and led the Viking clap, the whole stadium shaking. Norwegian fans who had waited their entire lives for a moment like this. His coach, Ståle Solbakken, said afterwards, "I think all Norwegian citizens are experiencing the night of a lifetime." And Haaland himself, eyes wide, voice breaking, said, "Maybe this will write history in Norway." This is one of the most insane days in Norwegian history. He now has 7 World Cup goals at this tournament, level with Messi, level with Mbappe, in the Golden Boot race. And Norway, who last faced Brazil at a World Cup in 1998 and lost, just did what nobody believed they could do. In our very first video, we called Norway a dark horse pick. Drop a comment, did you believe in Norway? Because a lot of people are changing their picks right now. And now Neymar, because this story deserves to be told properly. A year ago, most people thought his career was over. An ACL tear at 31, nearly 1,000 days without playing for Brazil. Missing the 2022 World Cup quarterfinal against Croatia the night Brazil went out on penalties while he stood on the side of the pitch in tears watching. He came back to this tournament on borrowed time, 14 minutes against Scotland, then more minutes against Japan. Then tonight he came on, won a penalty in stoppage time, and converted it himself. Too late to change the result. But for Neymar, that penalty was not about the score. He was back on the biggest stage in a World Cup, playing for Brazil. And then, after the final whistle he posted on social media, he was done. International retirement. At 34 years old, he gave everything for Brazil over 125 appearances. He scored 79 goals for his country, the second most in Brazilian history. He made 3 World Cups. He was the most naturally gifted Brazilian player of his generation. And tonight, quietly, in a losing dressing room in New Jersey, his story with the Seleção ended. The way football sometimes ends things. Not with a trophy, just with a final whistle and a long walk off the pitch. Drop a comment, what is Neymar's legacy for Brazil? Greatest of his generation? Or did he never quite fulfill his potential? I want to hear it all. Brazil's earliest World Cup exit since 1990. Haaland's greatest night, and Neymar's final bow. 3 stories in one game, and that is the World Cup in a single sentence. Norway faced Mexico or England in the quarterfinals. Haaland is in the Golden Boot race, and somewhere tonight, a dressing room in New Jersey holds the end of one of the most extraordinary careers in the history of Brazilian football. Subscribe to Soccer Decoded. We are covering every quarterfinal between now and the final in New Jersey. Drop a comment, your message to Neymar. See you in the next one.